Today on the Morning Edition, 4 guardsmen deployed to western Alaska after former Typhoon Halong have returned home with a little something extra in tow, a furry friend. We'll bring you the heartwarming details. Plus, a restaurant in Wasilla is doing what they can to help out with the pause and SNAP benefits. Find out how it's stepping up to help families struggling to put food on the table. And later, 2 young sisters make a huge difference in their community. Find out how their food drive collected a record-breaking amount of food to help hundreds of families, especially with those SNAP benefits on pause as the Morning Edition starts now. Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you had a good Halloween weekend. I woke up to some snow in my neighborhood this morning. I know other areas were seeing rain, Aaron.
Yeah, we've got a rain-snow mix across South Central. That's leading to those icy road conditions across the region. And temperature-wise, we are seeing some of those cooler conditions beginning to settle back in across the state. Now, we are waking up this morning to those temperatures sitting below freezing. And yes, we are still holding on to some pockets of some rain and snow that is with us as you get out on those roadways. So take it easy as you will encounter some of those slick and icy road conditions. And remember, those bridges freeze first, but those temperatures have been holding below freezing through the night for many areas. So we're already seeing those icy conditions beginning to take hold. As you head into the valley, not so much in the way of some snow as things are fairly quiet. We do have some clearer skies for Wasilla and Palmer. As you head out towards the Kenai, you can see those temperatures holding in the right around that freezing mark. Outside of coastal regions, which is where we're going to see that better shot today of a rain-snow mix, as those temperatures will nose their way into the upper 30s and the lower 40s. And that's where we're going to see that better opportunity for some rainy conditions. And that's where we could see some slick roadways as you head through the Seward Pass out towards, or Turnagain Pass, I should say, along the Seward Highway. As you head out towards Moose Pass, you'll encounter some of those slick road conditions. Now, that snow that built through the Anchorage Bowl through the overnight hours, it's kind of tapering off early this morning as it pulls off towards the northwest into parts of the Susitna Valley. That will kind of taper off through the remainder of the day, but we will still keep with some isolated to scattered areas of a rain-snow mix. Notice that glare on the roadways. This is the S-curve on the Glen Highway, so you will see those road conditions this morning become quite icy at times. We will continue to hold on to that snow, if not a wintry mix through the afternoon as temperatures do continue to steadily warm. We'll make it into the upper 30s, but we'll keep with some snow into the middle of the week. I'll have more on that 7-day forecast for you coming up.
Those that were evacuated and sheltering temporarily in the large shelters in Anchorage have all been moved to more private sheltering locations. That's according to the Alaska Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
It might be dormitories, hotel rooms, just someplace that is a little bit more comfortable for them, where they don't have to share bathroom and shower facilities in most cases, and someplace that offers a little bit more privacy and comfort for them.
Last week, Sedek, from whom you just heard, stated that the goal is to get people back into their homes before winter hits, with the state's goal of November 10th in mind. The division says some shelters remain on standby. Meantime, 4 National Guardsmen, after coming home from their deployment in western Alaska, might be asking themselves a brand new question: who rescued who? Joe Allgood brings us a feel-good story we can all use to start our week off right.
Nella. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. No.
Puppies.
Okay, girl.
You having fun? I know you're having fun. You have fun? You're having a little too much fun.
Man's best friend.
Hey.
You trying to steal from my pocket?
In the case of these 4, guardsmen's best friend.
Yeah, it was either this or a bucket in the river.
4 members of the Alaska Army National Guard, deployed to western Alaska for disaster relief after Typhoon Halong, found an idea forming as they rescued dozens of dogs.
We would go to the shelter and kind of, play with the dogs, pet them, make sure that they got food and water and stuff like that. I don't know, but after bringing back a couple of dogs, it's kind of like, I could take another dog at home. I could bring one back with me.
Please meet
Sky.
Nilla Bean.
Riley.
Ripley.
far more than your average rescue.
It's super rare that we can have a piece of our service, our military time, and bring it back to the civilian time, bring it home.
and it not be at a sacrifice, but at the benefit of an innocent animal, of an innocent creature that was able to make it out of a very dire situation.
And the four who didn't all know each other before now share a special canine connection.
It's kind of nice because you know that they're going to a good home, and then like knowing that they can still kind of grow up together and play with each other. Good girl, that's a good sit. Good girl. That's a good girl. Hi, okay. Hi guys. Hi.
They might need some basic training though.
Ripley, come. That's not me, goober. Ripley, come here.
Joe Allgood.
Ripley, come. Rip, take your treat, weirdo. This dog.
Alaska's news source.
Next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday?
Turning now to the newsroom with Adelmi Ruiz, who joins us now with an update on a rescue in Kotzebue and a fire that happened over the weekend. Adelmi.
Kristen, on Saturday, a search and rescue started in Kotzebue after 3 men fell through the ice. 1 man made it to shore safely after the 3 men fell, but 2 others did not. 1 man was rescued. However, Alaska State Troopers have updated us that he has died. 46-year-old Elmer Brown Sr. of Kotzebue died hours after he was rescued and taken to the local health clinic. Troopers say crews are continuing to search for the 3rd man. We will continue to bring you updates as they become available. And flames could be seen early on Sunday morning in the woods in Anchorage's Taku-Campbell area. The Anchorage Fire Department says it was called out around 4:30 a.m. The fire was south of Dowling between C and B streets. AFD says it was reportedly in a camp and no injuries were reported and no one was taken to the hospital. Kristen.
All right, thanks, Adelmi. More services for people undergoing crises in Fairbanks as the borough offers $275,000 for the city's emergency service patrol. The patrol, approved by the city council in March, responds to incidents in homes and on the street, from public intoxication to addiction, domestic violence, and mental health issues. It uses peer support specialists, nurses, and other professionals. The funding is intended for transportation and equipment needs, including defibrillator. The amount was lowered from $350,000 because the borough can't fund health and social services. The patrol is meant to lessen the burden on police and fire services, connect people with long-term solutions, and make downtown feel safer.
As a tourist destination, we really need to have a downtown that shows our best foot forward. And what is happening downtown is we're getting responses that people don't feel safe, or they don't want to be here, or they're concerned about their fellow community member, which they should be.
It's unclear when the funding will be available, but O'Neill says the money can be allocated as reimbursement. As the government shutdown continues, millions of Americans are not receiving SNAP benefits. That's leaving many families wondering where their next meal will come from. In Wasilla, one restaurant is trying to help. AAA's Soul Food on the Parks Highway is offering free lunch to card-carrying SNAP recipients and furloughed government employees, with the community pitching in by donating food. Each lunch comes with a sandwich, sides like chips and water. AAA's owner is embracing the opportunity to give back to her community.
We are really happy to be a vessel, to have a platform to be able to help someone. It's just like almost giving a person a hug with having them with some food in their, in their hands. So it feels good to be able to give someone a hug through food, and through also allowing them to know that we are here for them as well.
Stewart says her restaurant will keep giving meals to those in need until the situation changes. Ahead on the Morning Edition, the World Series took all 7 games to be decided, and sports fans across the country agree this was one to be remembered as the Dodgers claim back-to-back titles. We'll share those details.
Well, it took some time, but we finally have some areas of rain and snow in the forecast. In fact, here over the next couple of days, it will transition to all snow. I'll have more on that, but first at sunrise, 8:34 in Anchorage, 7:19 in Juneau. Your full forecast is next.
A planetarium at the University of Alaska Museum of the North in Fairbanks has been in the works for years, and now it's only a few months away from opening.
What this facility will essentially allow us to do is welcome, when thousands of people per year that come to our museum an opportunity to see things like the aurora in a planetarium setting, because of course that's not something they're going to see when they're visiting in the summer.
The museum's director says it'll be Interior Alaska's first planetarium. A bulk of the building construction cost was paid for by 2 longtime Fairbanks residents. The 65-seat planetarium is a 5,700 square foot addition to the existing museum.
When you walk into the planetarium space, what you're going to see is this big dome above your head. It's about 11 meters or about 36 feet in diameter. And it's actually sort of suspended from the ceiling, and it's tilted at about a 17-degree angle towards the front of the room. That's to help make people feel comfortable looking up and not having to crank their neck to look up at the sky.
The target opening date is late February, but that is not set in stone. The planetarium's content will not strictly be space science, astronomy, and the aurora, but will also include other aspects about Alaska, such as information about the Arctic and indigenous people. Aaron, that sounds like it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, sounds like a nice little adventure to take during the winter months, certainly as those temperatures will be falling. Each really late fall, early winter is when we tend to see some of those colder conditions returning to the state. And that's what we are seeing currently across Alaska. Those temperatures, they are taking a downward turn. We're seeing a rain snow mix across South Central. As you get out on those roadways this morning, you will encounter some slick and icy conditions, particularly in areas where we're not only seeing some of that standing water from some light rain showers and wintry mix, but also where that the light snow has been falling through the overnight hours. And this snow that we are seeing across South Central is also extending into parts of the Yukon-Koyukuk region, out towards Nome, as well as parts of the Northwest Arctic Borough. This is all thanks to what we have in place in the upper levels of the atmosphere, a negatively tilted trough. That, combined with our flow at the surface coming in out of the southeast, is keeping some moisture with us. And as a result, we do have some areas of light snow and wintry mix across South Central. We've also got some ongoing rain out towards southeast, but we've got this area of low pressure out towards parts of the Chukchi Sea. While the jet stream itself is well to our south, this is the negatively tilted trough that we have in the atmosphere. And at the surface, we have that southeasterly flow that's getting caught up in within that trough. And that's leading to areas of wintry mix across South Central and some snow as you head through parts of the interior, the Yukon-Koyukuk region, and then out towards western and northwestern parts of the state. This is keeping some of that unsettled weather in the forecast. Thankfully, winds aren't as gusty as we start off this week. With that said, we are seeing some of those strong winds today, primarily staying out towards the slope. This is where we could see some gusts throughout the day, gusting as high as about 40 miles per hour. But as far as western Alaska, here in South Central and Southeast, winds aren't going to be much of a concern throughout the day, but we will continue to hold on to some areas of wintry mix across South Central today, more so into the afternoon hours. This morning is providing a better chance for some snow for inland areas. As you head out towards the coast, this is where we're going to see more in the way of a rain snow mix sticking around throughout the day. But throughout the afternoon, from about 11 a.m. Through about 3 p.m., we will see an opportunity for a rain snow mix building into inland areas of South Central. And then as we carry on into our Tuesday, we'll also see another shot for some snow for inland areas of South Central. And this could bring the possibility that we could see an inch or so of that snow accumulation for inland areas of South Central. Of course, most of that snow will be in those higher elevations of the Chugach Range, as well as out towards the Kenai Mountains. But through tomorrow afternoon, we could see some of that light snow accumulation with another round of some light snow possible as we go from Tuesday night Tuesday night on into Wednesday. Temperatures today expected to warm into the 30s for inland areas, possibly near 40 degrees as you head to coastal locations. Be prepared for those icy road conditions. You can see that chance for some snow stays with us into our Tuesday. We kind of dry out Wednesday, and then watching another round of some possible snow Thursday and Friday. Those temperatures steadily falling, likely near freezing for highs as we welcome in the weekend.
An incredible 2025 season for the world of baseball came to an end for the ages Saturday with a few tears and quite a few cheers. The Los Angeles Dodgers stand alone atop the baseball world for the second straight year after an 11-inning Game 7. Toronto took a 3-0 lead early, but LA clawed back and tied it in with the top of the ninth. Catcher Will Smith hitting a home run in the top of the 11th to give the Dodgers the 5-4 lead, and World Series MVP Yoshinobu Yamamoto locking it down after that to clinch a series that went all 7 games with enough extra innings for an 8th. Now, this truly was a series for the ages. Yamamoto threw 17 2/3 innings in the series, including 6 just a day before he came in to pitch the final 2 2/3 of Game 7 and locked down the win. Also, a complete game in Game 2. LA becomes the first back-to-back champions since the Yankees won 3 straight from 1998 to 2000. Outside of the world of baseball and over to the world of football for a moment, as a pair of former NFL star quarterbacks were in Anchorage for a few days, checking a new state off their list, their travel list, and experiencing some Alaskan culture along the way.
On a cold, icy Anchorage morning, a pair of sports bars are packed. Humpies and flat-top pizza filled with purple and burnt orange jerseys, respectively, fans coming out through the chill to meet some NFL legends. One is a Super Bowl champion, the signal caller for what is regarded by many as one of the greatest football teams ever assembled, the '85 Bears. The other, a 3-time Pro Bowler who broke all kinds of passing records in a Minnesota Vikings jersey. Both now exploring new frontiers, experiencing a bit of the last frontier along the way.
When I think of Alaska, I think of the temperature, the cold, and then bears. I always hear about the bears, you know. I was terrified. They were like, oh, you got to see the bear. Like, I don't want to see it. I really look at them if they're like 500 yards away. I look at them.
Unfortunately for Dante, the bar next door was filled with them.
There's Bear fans here. I was surprised that they got a lot of Bear fans here in Anchorage.
The two stars here with production company Erickson Unlimited, taking part in private dinners with fans, meet and greets, and today's watch parties. But that's not all they've been up to.
I was fortunate. We went to the conservation. They had the brown bears, black bears, and they had elk and minks. It was awesome.
We found a bar with a bull in it the other night, a mechanical bull, so we all took a turn on that. That was kind of fun. Thank God there was a lot of padding because I flew off that thing.
While tragically no footage survives from that encounter, the Alaskan people seem to have made an impression that neither man will forget.
Well, they've been very, very nice, cordial. Seem like they like their football as well.
Everybody's been very nice and accommodating, and it's just like down-to-earth people, man. I love it.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcasts from Alaska's news source automatically and stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.